Mike here with Ried Remodeling. Today's video is all about wheelchair ramp, just like this one right here behind me. We're going to break this video down into 3 parts. Number 1, your rise. How far your wheelchair ramp rises from the very bottom to the very top. Number 2, the length of your ramp. And then number 3, your landings and walkway. Once you understand these 3 rules, you'll have a much easier time building your ramp. Make sure you stick around for the second half of the video. I got a lot of tips and tricks for you guys on how to build your ramp. Part 1 is your rise. It's your total rise from the beginning of your ramp to the end of your ramp, not the number directly below your ramp. It's your overall. If we were to measure our rise from here, we'd only have around 20 inches. The more rise you have, the more walkway that's needed. Different methods for finding your rise would be a laser level or a string line. If you have a small area, a 4 or 6 foot level would work. For every inch of rise, you need approximately 1 foot of run. Which brings us to part 2, your length or your run. Once you know your rise, you can calculate your total length or your run. A 112 is standard. This wheelchair ramp is a 111.3. It has a 50-inch rise with 47 feet of run and 2 landings, which totals 55 feet. When building your ramp, you want to avoid any obstacles if possible. Try to avoid long runs in general. Break it up. Part 3, landings. According to the actual building code, you can't rise more than 30 inches before having a landing. You want to keep your walkways and your landings 36 inches minimum between posts. We got 37.5 right here. Some tips and tricks to make this a lot easier. After you've established your rise and run, you should always do your layout first to make sure you have room for what you're actually building. After you've established your layout, you always want to build your landings first if you have any. Some easy ways to make your landing square: take a piece of OSB and cut it in half. It'll be 4 foot by 4 foot. That way you don't have trouble squaring up your landings. You can just use that as a template. Landings should be constructed just like a deck. Joist 16 inches on center. Your joist, you should slope them. Your slope will depend on the rise of your overall ramp. You're going to want to support them with beams underneath. Joist hangers won't be able to be used. Mid-span beams always help for long runs. If you guys want to see the full uncut version of how we built this ramp, click here. If you guys made it this far, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.